What's good, friends and family? Mr. Flip Flop here with another informative video for you guys. Now, first off, I hope you have liked, shared, and subscribed to this video. Now we're going to get into, I believe I did a video before about this, about opening bank accounts. But as I told you just a few months ago, I believe 2 months ago, I went and opened a bank account again just to go through the process. It was a hassle, but let me break it down to you exactly what you need to open a bank account in Dominican Republic. Stay tuned. So, Mr. Flip Flop, what banks do you use personally? Well, the banks I use right at this very moment in Dominican Republic. La Nacional, which some of you may see the yellow awning right across the street from the Playero and the police station. I use them. They also give, I think you can take about 40,000 pesos out of the ATM if you go to Nacional ATM. So I use Nacional. I use Ban Reserva. That is a government bank, good bank to have. And I also use Ban Fondesa. Now, funny story behind Ban Fondesa, they used to be a prestamo company that turned themselves into a bank. So that's pretty dope. They used to give loans, now they have a bank. So those are the banks I bank with. People always try to do Banco Popular. No knock on Popular, but Popular wants you to give blood, and they want you to have a certain blood type to get an account there. Very much a hassle. A lot of stuff they want. To me, it's not worth it. I had a Banco Popular account a while back before they asked for a million things. I didn't really benefit off it that much. So if you want Banco Popular, you're willing to go through the process, it's a long, tedious process. But for me, the information I'm about to give you, the easiest banks to get a bank account in this country, in my experience, Ban Reserva, Banco Santo Cruz, Ban Fondesa, and La Nacional. Those four are the easiest. Now, you have many different banks. I have actually banked with 2 other banks as well, but I no longer have an account with them. Pretty easy. And I'm going to give you the steps right now, what exactly you need to open an account and what I went through to open my account.
Welcome to Flip Flop.
So, let me give you the info on how I opened up accounts at the previous banks I mentioned. La Nacional, Ban Fondesa, and Ban Reserva. Also Santa Cruz, but I sent a friend, my boy Nick, he went to Santa Cruz and got a better outcome than I did because I did my Santa Cruz years ago. So basically, what you need for these banks that I just showed you right now: your passport, a secondary ID, which could be a state ID, driver's license, and your social security card, or at least a copy of a social security card. Okay? Also, what they did ask for at Ban Reserva was a note from the bank. It could be your bank, but since I did not have a note from my bank, I actually lost it. I did have it, but I lost it. They asked me for a note that says I pay taxes in this country, my income and how I pay taxes. Simple, sign that up. My company, boom. So most of the time, it's your passport, secondary ID, such as a driver's license or state ID, social security card, and then a letter from your bank, which is a reference letter saying you're in good standing with that bank. Now, you can also get an account by one or two people who have an account with that bank. That is another step you can go through. It's another process. But for me, I just went and did it on my own so I can tell you guys how to do it on your own.
Welcome to Flip Flop.
What's good, friends and family? Mr. Flip Flop here, aka Mr. Red Cup. So, now let me explain exactly what happened at Ban Reserva. Walk into Ban Reserva with my information that I was told I needed. Sit down, takes me about 45 minutes to an hour, give all my information. They typically type all the stuff up, tell me, we'll contact you in 2 days so you can deposit the money. You have to be approved for the account, which is basically like a background check, or just they check, make sure you don't owe any money or nothing like that. Excuse me. So, cool. 2 days pass, 3 days pass, I don't hear from them, I give them a call. Still processing. Things are kind of slow. No problem. A week passes. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Oh, call us in a couple days. There's this problem with the process. So now I decided to go down to the bank. Now this particular bank is in Montano. I didn't go to the bank in Sosua. I go to Montano, where I signed up for the account at, and I go, hey, what's going on? So they sit me down and they go, we couldn't find the expiration date on your Social Security card. I said, it's when I die. It's forever. They said, oh. So in my mind, I'm like, how do you ask for something you don't understand what it is? It's my life number from birth to death. It's mine forever. They said, oh, okay, no problem. Hit us back in 2 more days. You'll be approved, no problem. 2 more days come. They go, we got a problem. Someone named Williams has your number. I go, it's impossible. No one can have my number. I go back down to the bank. The last 2 digits of my social were wrong. So someone named Williams has an account with Ban Reserva. It wasn't me, obviously, because the numbers were wrong. So once that's cleared up, it takes 35 minutes. I got my account. I'm approved right there on the spot. After all that nonsense, basically took me 2 weeks. So once that's done, I have a regular Ban Reserva account, okay? Peso account. The young lady offers me a dollar account. Certainly, yes, I want a dollar account. So now I also have a Ban Reserva dollar account. Deposit dollars in exchange my pesos to dollars, exchange my dollars to pesos if I want at the best rate with the bank. Now, for the peso account, all I needed was 500 pesos to open the peso account. For the dollar account, I needed 300 US dollars to open the dollar account. So you had to have 300 US dollars to open the dollar account and 500 pesos to open the peso account.
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
So now that we're done with Ban Reserva, a process that should have took 2 days, maybe 3 days at the most, took 2 weeks because of mistaken numbers. Now, I sent my boy Nick over to Santa Cruz because he had an issue getting all the paperwork for Banco Popular. Same situation. Nick was in and out of Santa Cruz in less than an hour. With his account, deposited his money. I believe he needed 1,000 peso deposit for Santa Cruz. Don't quote me on that, but as I said, it was done in 1 hour. Now, for Ban Fondesa, same situation. Passport, secondary ID, Social Security card or copy, and a letter from the bank. This took me all of 40 minutes, and I only had to deposit 500 pesos at Ban Fondesa. This is actually in Sosua now. They're all over the country, but this is actually in Sosua. La Nacional, across from the Playero and police station, that account is a savings account, and this card is funny because it's the Visa logo. I can actually use this card in Colombia, and I have used this card when I traveled to Colombia. I just let them know I was traveling. They say, hey, we'll open it up for you. And every time I did a transaction, they sent me an email. So Nacional, I had to open that account with, I believe it was 1,500 pesos, if I can remember. They actually didn't tell me a minimum. I just put 1,500 pesos in there to start the account. Now also, with the Ban Reserva, I have 2 debit cards with the MasterCard logo on both cards. So I'm able to go to the ATM, use my peso account or my dollar account at any ATM or shopping because there's a MasterCard logo. So I hope this was helpful for you guys to open an account. As I said, the basic stuff you need to open an account is your passport, secondary ID, which should be a license or state ID, your Social Security card, and a letter from your bank, basically saying you're just a customer for the bank. That's all I needed for these accounts right here, and my bank account was open. I hope you guys I hope this video helped you guys, and if you have any questions, hit me up. Stay tuned for more. Mr. Flip Flop, I'm out.